Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Top Tier Talk. So the group stage has finally ended, and some of the teams that have got through, you got your French, your English, your Dutch, your Argentinians, but unfortunately, Chavez, as you're out there and you're watching their games, we've had to say goodbye to Serbia. So what's your take on the group stages?
Um, group stages, group stages were very different to what we saw in the knockouts. But in the group stages themselves, Serbia were brilliant. Even on the ball, I didn't actually think the team was that good when it came to attacking. It was more about how solid they were at the back. But their midfield is really good, and some of the players surprised me. That they didn't do the Mitro Vlahovic combination until the actual knockout match, and it worked. They both scored, but it would have been nice to see it in the group stages. It wouldn't have been as much of an well, the last game of the group stages. It would have been nice if they did it in the first two as well, and then they would have never been in this situation in the first place because the Cameroon game, the whole thing got lost at Cameroon. That last goal Cameroon scored, it really kind of messed everything up. Because you can't go into a game against Switzerland with only the possibility of winning and then going through. It's too much to ask for. Switzerland, on the other hand, they were brilliant. I mean, there's a lot of political and historical background to this game. So I think it ultimately just came down to who wanted it more. And just you could see from the Switzerland players their body language, how they were throughout that game. They were really up for it. So it is what it is. Serbia will be back. They did brilliantly to even get to this World Cup. They were unbeaten. So yeah, good luck to Switzerland.
Underachieved, I
Although
think.
yeah, I
Honestly, I
don't
think
think.
they've
Yeah,
very
no,
well.
definitely. I think Serbia had to be a team that got to the knockouts at least and played one game. Maybe two would have then just been overachieving, but one game at least, and they didn't get to do that. So underachieved, but yeah, is what it is.
Good showing and good efforts all round. Unfortunately, another team we've had to say goodbye to is Iran. Amir
Hmm.
going out. It's two penalty shouts in the 100th minute against America. But yeah, thoughts on the obviously on
Um,
their showing.
yeah, no, I think this World Cup was definitely a mixed emotions, like supporting Iran. Obviously we had the lows of England, and then obviously the highs of Wales, and never seen us play that well. But the America game, I thought we deserved not to go through based on that performance. It took us to about the 80th minute or the 75th minute just to decide to play well and decide we need a goal now. And instead of just sitting back, and the end of it showed, didn't it? You can't wait till the last 9 minutes to try and get the ball in the box and try and get a cheap penalty shout, which wasn't a penalty either. So we deserved to go out. But yeah, I think it was probably our best chance of actually getting out of the group, considering like the last World Cup we had like Portugal and Spain, but we just didn't really take our chances and stuff. But yeah, no, with Iran, you don't really expect to get out of the group. Getting into the World Cup's an achievement, but I know I had hope, but obviously underperformed. They didn't really turn up against America, which is it's the political game. We all know, like the last time we played and stuff, but they just didn't turn up, so we don't deserve to go through.
Obviously not blowing our own trumpet, but you didn't get off to the best of starts. Obviously, being in a group with England, losing 6-2 is, and especially as the other two
Yeah.
teams through as well, they were obviously both ahead of you on points, and it was always an uphill battle. Um, yeah, anything else, or is it just
No, no,
yeah?
it's coming home now. I'm back to
See you in
100%
4 years.
in England.
So, El, do you want?
Hopefully,
Well,
yeah.
actually, was Ron you, Amir? Anything else to say about England? Now you're an Englishman.
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, no, I'm back.
Just
Loan deal's
loads
ended.
ended.
um, because we couldn't cover the knockouts because it was yesterday. Amazing performance I thought against Senegal in the second half or the end of the first half. I think lucky not to concede, and you lot
Yeah.
can join in as well. I think Saar should have scored, and Dan, you probably would agree.
Yeah,
And
Saar was shocking.
Pickford saved, but Bellingham showed his class, didn't he? He's absolutely class for a 19-year-old to be that mature and that good on the ball is absolutely frightening. So
my only worry with that is you see it with quite a lot. You, for example, just an Englishman as well, Michael Owen. My dad mentioned we were talking footballers. He peaked at 19, 20 and had an amazing tournament, and it was just downhill from there.
That was
Obviously, I know
injuries
the
though.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is what like it also links in is if Bellingham stays fit, which is a major thing nowadays, especially playing
yeah,
as frequent as footballers do, both internationally
yeah.
and like at a club level. It is a
Tough.
big.
You
It
raise a
could be a
great
big.
point. No,
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
raise a great point. I think Wayne Rooney burnt out as well. So it's about not burning out and also the injury
Mm.
stuff. But I think the fact that he's gone to another league is quite rare. So he's like called in Germany as well.
He left at 17 as well, didn't he? So
That's what I mean. Yeah,
he learned his trade in Germany almost.
and yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's a bit different.
I do want to say something though as well. Is for the 2030 World Cup, we've still got Saka, Foden, and Bellingham awarded at the age of 30. So looking forward to that. To win it for a third time because we're going to win it in 2026 and this year and in 2030 as well. And
Could be the famous last words.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we should obviously just have a little preview for the France game as well. I think we're happy that
Yeah.
Harry Kane scored as well. What do you lot think is our best chance against France? Is it a
Pocket
back five,
Mbappe.
pocketing
I'm
Mbappe?
starting to get a little bit shaky a little
But
bit.
then
worried
again,
because
pocket
Great.
Mbappe, but then also take control of Giroud as well, because I think we all
No,
pretty much
see.
saw. Now, if you look at him against Poland, he was a true number 9. Obviously, he was quality. I mean, he got a disallowed Basi against
see.
as well, but like I mean, he's not the best. No offense to the kid, but he's not the best to pocket Mbappe, Matty Cash. But he managed to try and do a job. But then obviously when it went to Olivier Giroud, obviously he did quality. He's good at holding off. He's a strong number 9. Like it's going to be a tough game because Dembele on the right as well.
I think he'll make it. You forgot one person, and that's Antoine Griezmann. He makes them click going forward. He is their Foden. He's dropped into their Foden role essentially. But obviously their front three. Their front three's been the same. Griezmann. I've always liked watching Griezmann even when he was at Atletico and just even now.
Dances, yeah.
Yeah.
The only issue I'm saying is we're all very focused on Mbappe and we're not actually speaking. As El did mention, Giroud, the Dembele. It's like Rabiot's having an exceptional tournament.
Giroud's
their back lines, they're just like, I think if you beat France, that's the best of the best. You become the favourites.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. If we go into Saturday and we win, even if it's 1-0, even if we go to pens and win, whatever happens, if we win that game, you're right, Amir. We go to favourites. We can beat the Argentinas. We can beat the Brazils. We can. I mean, we've got the capabilities because France, in my opinion, have got such a even with Chavez. Even you mentioned how Pogba and like all these players, Benzema is not there. Yeah. They're not there, and they're still this good. Like it's scary. And
I was going to say, I'm going to give Southgate some rare praise here because going into this game, we criticise Southgate a lot on here, and everyone has. But one thing I trust him to do is manage a game that requires him to defend. And I will be stunned if England play 4 at the back against France. He needs to manage this game specifically. If that means dropping big players, whatever he needs to do, play 5 at the back, cancel out Mbappe, let Maguire concentrate on Giroud. You've got Dembele. He's right. There's so many other players. So playing 4 at the back in that game, trying to take control in midfield is just going to be suicidal.
Well, I've got a question for you then. If you want to go 5 at the back, who are you taking out and who are you bringing in then?
No, it's very simple. Kyle Walker has to play right centre back in this game if you want to cancel out
Mbappe. I
100%
agree with that. That statement is
so right back, Trippier.
Who's in and who's out then?
Trent, Trips,
so
one of the two.
Trippier will play right back. It won't be Trent. Trippier will come in. You'll have a set piece taker, which is something you've kind of lacked when I know Saka can take them, sure can, but they're not like Trippier. And straight away now you have to take someone out between Henderson, Rice, and Bellingham, right? I know Bellingham's been outstanding in this tournament, but he's a youngster. I would trust Henderson over Bellingham in this game, just for this game. But Henderson and Rice has to start. We know Rice has to start. You put Henderson and Rice, you take Bellingham out. You've got really good players on the bench who can also come on if need be. It's a game management thing. It's about England winning the World Cup and not... Yeah, England have to win this World Cup, right? It's not about just appeasing to players that are playing well. Rashford gets left out every week. So, Southgate's good at that. I think he'll do it as well.
We're all going to come obviously on Monday to like consider this game. Obviously, we might be happy, we might be sad. It depends what happens on Saturday. But I think you're right. Yeah, we're playing like as we normally do against other teams before this tournament in the Nations League when we played 5 at the back and we played so defensive. We didn't play any kind of attacking players. I agree. Obviously, still leave Mount out. Leave that guy out of the team.
The Mount's like 3 down the pecking order now. He won't play. That's kind of guaranteed. I can tell you that now.
Mount is officially disrespected, but that's obviously a conversation.
Would you start Mount in this game?
Would you start Mount?
I wouldn't start Mount, but it's disrespected the qualities he does bring to the team, and just because there's no GNA, that's why he's obviously
it's not even that.
Looked down upon. But I want to give we always see, as you say, we criticize Southgate that England always have an easy running and stuff. This is the big test. This is the one.
This is it.
This is for the haters, the Southgate haters. If he wins this, then like no one can hate on him.
I agree. I do agree with this. He can shut everyone up and basically say we've got this in the bag now. There's no reason why we can't go on and win it.
Dan, you've been recorded on camera to say Haaland is better than Mbappe. Can you please apologise now? Or can you say that Haaland is still better than Mbappe? Can you say that statement?
Well, because he's had a couple of okay.
No.
No. Haaland or Mbappe? We want
Haaland and Mbappe then.
You said Haaland was better than Mbappe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Haaland or Mbappe
Okay.
right now?
If I was Sheikh Mansour, I'd have both in my team. They're both
No,
exquisite.
Dan,
Dan,
who's
Answer the
better?
question. Don't do this.
Hurry up.
Draw.
I swear to God.
My days. Even that's bad. Even that's
because
bad.
they're both going to be sitting at home come Monday.
Oh, I like it. I like
All right,
it.
we got a
That's-
couple of minutes left.
That's going to be. I hate that.
Other big talking points in this World Cup. I think it's been one of the best group
Yeah,
stages.
see you
to be
later,
honest.
It's been
Germany.
absolutely cool. Yeah, bye Germany. Thank God for that. Auf Wiedersehen. Wee.
Yeah, Germany are out. Uruguay as well. We
Uruguay
saw
are out.
Suarez crying,
That was
ball in his eyes.
a
Love to see it.
massive mistake as well from the managerial side. Like they knew it was a potential for. Well, no, they knew it was a potential if they needed to score goals, and you don't bring like 3 of your best attackers off.
It's
Although
been the
obviously-
perfect World Cup so far.
I
Yeah,
love it.
on
I've been in love with it.
the pitch, this has probably been one of the best World Cups that I remember watching.
No, I would say even off like just the vibe around Qatar. From what I've seen, it's a bit of a
I didn't want to
discovery
get
now.
involved in that. I don't want to get involved.
I was going to go into alcohol, mate.
That's-
Like just the whole people realizing that there's more to life without alcohol, especially the ones in Qatar right now.
This is
So
very, very last question. We've got a
Apart
short
from
amount of
soccer,
time left. I do want to ask all you guys, and I want you to pick a different one. What is your favorite World Cup moment of all time, or the biggest World Cup moment in your lots of opinion? I know it's a big question, but one moment each of you guys.
Well, I want to start this.
Go for
When
it.
Costa Rica were beating Germany for that 5-minute period, I was so
Yeah,
happy.
that
When
3-minute
Japan
period
and
for
Costa
Spain,
Rica were
Germany.
going through and Spain and Germany were going out, I was the happiest. I was like, oh,
I'll say
So
all time,
Ronaldo-
but is that your all time?
all time
well,
Ronaldo.
this little bit, yeah, I was gassed. Costa
Ronaldo,
Rica
yeah, no,
going through.
that's a top moment, yeah. But for me, it was when Ronaldo scored that free kick against Spain.
That's a fantastic moment.
Yeah, that was for me the best.
That was a great game.
Oh,
That's one
all
of my favorite
time?
games. Yeah, all time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dan,
have we
for
just
you,
meant this
whilst I
World
was
Cup?
thinking-
Sorry, no, if we just meant this World Cup. Oh,
Mine's the
No,
Zidane
that's still a
headbutt
massive
moment.
shout. The world was restored in those 2-3 minutes.
My biggest moment is the Zidane headbutt. I think that's probably the biggest.
You were 6, man.
Doesn't matter. I watched it. Well, who is yours, Dan?
It's going to be this year on the 18th of December.
Okay.
oh, I love it.
Ooh,
I love it.
Fair enough.
Oh, when
I think
Messi
that's
wins
a good
it,
time.
yeah.
Good time to wrap it up.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next week when England are through to the quarters. Come on.